Welcome back to another episode of Dragon Knights. So no interviews today. We're going to do that every other. This week it's just me, and it is my Muay Thai coach, Stephen Giffard. Crew Giffard's been in and around the game for years and years and years and years and years. I'm going to try my best to keep this from going purely martial arts based. We'll dip in and out, but we'll be talking about a few other things, life, challenges, personal stuff, politics, just normal conversation that me and Stephen always end up on these random chats. So before we go much further, tell the audience at home a little bit about yourself, Stephen.
I'm known as Coach Giff. Coach Giff. Some people call me Giff. Gift or Crew. Mason's one of the only people that calls me Crew, mind. But I just love coaching. This is my gym. That's my life, basically. Most of it.
Obviously, I know you are one of the OGs when it comes to martial arts. So how old were you when you started your old martial arts journey before we steer away from it?
I was 10, 11, just about to go to comp. 10, 11. My brother was 6 and I'm 6 years older than my brother. So yeah, I was 11. Just about to start comp. I was very short. I was less than 5 foot until I was like 15. So my dad was like, "You're short. Your brother just started training. I think you need to go along with him." And at first I wasn't keen. And then when I did actually go, I enjoyed it. And it was me, my brother, my sister, my cousin. We all used to do it back then.
Any of them still train?
No, only me. My brother was much more talented than myself. But yeah, he couldn't run around the block now without blowing out his ass. So.
Reckon you take him now?
Yeah, definitely.
Look in the camera, smashing.
DJ coming for you, bro.
So my journey with Stephen is a bit of a wild one. So if you haven't seen before, this is Sean, our technician, fixing Stephen's microphone.
No, it's just...
I was covering your face, he said.
Oh, right. Okay. It's probably a good thing.
Oh, don't be like that.
Okay.
Right, yeah. So my sort of relationship with Stephen is a weird one. So I did jiu-jitsu with Greg. Started at Celtic Pride mainly because I wanted a jiu-jitsu gym. I wanted somewhere to come and train. I like Greg's coaching and come along. And my old man had been pushing for ages for me to do a bit of Muay Thai. And I was like, look, Muay Thai doesn't work for MMA. It wasn't working my style. I literally just... I was just thinking about doing a bit of boxing, and I was already a kickboxer and I could already do it all. So I was like, I'll be okay. And then my old man had been speaking to Stingy at the time about trying to sort of get me sessions and different things. And then Stingy sort of retired from it. Giff stepped in. So I mixed in for a few sessions. Me and Giff hit it off like house on fire. And we started working together when I was 17. Same time, I think it was a few weeks after I started doing Taekwondo with Carl Betty, and I think I started boxing around the same time, maybe a little bit earlier. And now here we are.
Many years on.
Well, nearly 15 years. That's how quick that's gone. Do you feel old now?
I am old.
How long have you been involved in Celtic Pride then? Remember?
Since I started. Yeah, so fighting wise, I was probably the first fighter out of the gym really. So I was pretty good level Taekwondo, semi-contact kickboxing, won a lot of stuff. You don't want to know about my first MMA fight. Or you might do, but well, anyway. I had one MMA fight as a kickboxer in 2005, 2006. And I lost badly because I knew zero jiu-jitsu. So I was a bit narrow-minded, thought, I'll just go in there, I'll just strike with him, I'll be all right. Didn't work out like that. Got took down pretty early. Got armbarred. Showed off a bit, thinking because I thought I was better than I was. Bumped into Greg in town then, a couple of weeks later, and he was like, "Yeah, I heard about your fight. Why don't you come and do some jiu-jitsu?" Went and done jiu-jitsu, which was upstairs in a pub at the time.
What grade are you now?
I had my blue belt in 2009. And yeah, I'm still a blue belt.
I've been promising for years to give him his purple belt, but I think I'd sink a ship there if I did that. The old gym would erupt. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, so 2009 I had my blue belt, but I was the first one really to compete in Muay Thai and MMA through Celtic Pride. But funny story is, first time I walked into Stingy's class, obviously I was pretty good at kicking and whatever else, and was flicking my leg about like no tomorrow and spinning up kicks everywhere. And a couple of young lads at the time just literally booted my leg from under me. And I went home, tail between my legs, looking at my trophies thinking, they don't mean shit. I need to learn how to low kick, how to block low kicks, how to catch kicks. Because obviously you don't do that in semi-contact fighting. You learn how to move well, which is a great base. But yeah, realistically, you need to learn how to block kicks, catch kicks, and
How to wrestle.
low kick.
How to wrestle.
And wrestle. I'm still practicing. Still
learning.
Yeah.
Top you done the other day, didn't you, apparently?
Yeah,
Allegedly.
but you didn't upload it, so
I can't.
I got the video evidence.
Allegedly.
Yeah, we'll make a reel out of that.
Here we go.
Here we go.
I can't remember it on the floor, though. I just meant you shooting in. But I'll blame it on the sort of slippery floors in the gym.
Okay.
Here we go.
It was slippery last night.
So moved in. First gym you was in was the car park gym, Celtic Pride.
No, before that there was a couple of gyms before that. We was upstairs in the Blant Lady pub at Cup Lady.
Because I moved in, I started with Greg properly when you moved to the car park.
Moved to the car park, yeah. So we was there quite a while, to be fair. Then we had a little like part of a garage, if you like, with no toilets or whatever. And then the car park was a luxury to us, believe it or not. It had a toilet. It was a bigger space. It was extremely cold, but it turned boys. Bit of damp. Lots of damp. It turned boys into men, like, you know. So that's proper gym environment.
Then obviously Summer Street.
Somerset Street. Yeah, we was there for nearly 10 years. And that's basically when I took over from Lee. So I had a phone call off Lee one night. I think it was like 2016.
Yeah, I remember he said he was starting to
I had recently started my own class over Blackwood with Stingy's blessing. You know, he was like, yeah, I know you want to start coaching. Try a class over there. There's nothing over there. Built up a little team. Just about had boys like starting to compete. So got them like to a decent level. I had a couple of boys compete. And I had a phone call off Stingy. It was a weekday evening and he was like, Giff, I'm finishing. I'm like, no, please don't. And he was like, yeah, I'm done. My heart's not in it. Which I got a lot of respect for. There's lots of people who stay in their game and their heart then in it and they just stay it. But the students pick up off that, you know what I mean? The students know if you're passionate and you're driven. And he was honest with himself, you know? So
I've always said this to you. I know we've talked about it before, but fighters the same. Like the amount of fighters I know who do it and you could tell they just don't like it. And they sort of like, they want to say they're fighting with things. Like Ben, who was a brilliant training partner for me. I remember him, he had a conversation and I said, fancy fighting again? You got to fight again? He said, mate, to be honest, he said, it's not for me.
Honest with himself.
I don't like it.
I got a lot of time for
I love training. I just don't like the fighting. And mate, still savage in the gym.
And Ben could probably win most people his weight. Like, beat him. Yeah, he's a good lad. But like you said, he's
just don't like it.
Don't want it. He's a family man and I know. Yeah, it's not for everyone.
I think for the years I've competed, and I know you know the same, there's so many people I've seen who sort of used to give the image off and pretend and have this whole thing that they love fighting and they love the whole thing about it and they never do. So
most people don't.
Last thing before we move off fighting for a little bit, but IMAS, talk about the kids at the IMAS, because obviously you've got a young junior team coming through again, you and Greg, and the whole Celtic Pride team, but tell us a little about your juniors and your proteges.
Yeah, so like...
Jamie, sorry.
World Championships, like, you know, obviously I've been coaching the Welsh Muay Thai gym for a good few years now, so I've been to a fair few World Championships through that side of the sport, if you like. Obviously I've done loads of trips myself as a junior. And like I say to these juniors when I take the training sessions, you remember these trips for the rest of your life. You don't remember your Christmas presents, what you have. You remember them trips, win, lose or draw. You make friends from other countries. You remember all your fights. I remember all my trips abroad as a kid. So yeah, I've done the Muay Thai tournaments for a couple of years, really enjoyed it. Obviously Muay Thai, my forte, if you like, you know, so I was a head coach for that. But about 12 months ago, I was asked to be brought in on the MMA side of things as well for MMA Cymru alongside the other coaches, Wayne Nadranovic and Stu.
Do you coach many MMA fighters?
I do coach a few, yeah. So like I competed Muay Thai, I competed MMA. I love both sports.
Yeah.
So, and I know there is a massive difference between like,
well, yes and no.
Yeah, I mean,
yes and no.
Training one Muay Thai fighter to train it. So for instance, I pad you several days a week. It's completely different to padding a Muay Thai fighter. Of course. Yeah, there is two difference. And you get a lot of people who don't know the difference. Yeah. They think you can just pad in the same. It is a massive difference, you know.
So for people at home, they'll love this. One of the things I do on pads, I do it with Stephen, who holds pads me. I do it with my boxing coach, Lyndon, who holds pads me. I don't really pad many other people. I do bits now and again. Carl does kicking, but we don't really freestyle pads. We'll do a lot of technical stuff. But I have a slack style of hitting pads where literally they'll call stuff and I'll throw at them whatever I want to throw at them on top of what they're doing. So I literally try and take Stephen's head off multiple times a week, which is quite fun.
I say Mason's a free spirit on the pads. He's a free spirit.
Senchai used to do it. Senchai was adamant.
Yeah, I agree.
The way to improve was just literally just do attack the pad man and spar with the pad man, and I agree. So
keeps me young.
Keeps you young. Lyndon just reads more than bloody with the amount of times I've literally tried to take his head off. Giff's getting there now where I've kicked at him and thrown stuff at him, and he slipped and ripped, spin elbowed me, and sort of reading means you've got to change the game again. But it's more fun. Like I enjoy hitting pads and stuff. But anyway, the IMAFs. Talk about the kids.
So obviously with this year was my first trip with the Welsh MMA team. Obviously we only had a small team, a team of 16. We're only a small nation. Successful championships, really. Could have been better. Could have been a lot worse. I think the team's improving year on year, thanks to all the coaching staff, the volunteers, everyone does it. The parents of the kids, it's a massive commitment to take them abroad. We finished in the top 10 out of like 60 countries. We beat people like Ireland and stuff like that who had a lot bigger teams than us. So yeah, it was successful. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed working with the other staff.
See, I've had this discussion with a few of the guys like Safe MMA, Honey, Dr. Neil, like a few of the doctors in the games, a few of, like, I've talked to you about it and everything. I don't really think, and I mean this, that IMAS is, and this is quite controversial, is good for pro MMA fighters. I don't.
No.
I think the rule sets are wrong. How did you grow up competing? What was your rule sets in the kickboxing stuff you used to do?
Semi-contact fighting. So, I mean, they say semi-contact, but
you just brawl.
You're not really going semi-contact,
All the semi-contact ones that they say they're semi-contact, I used to get disqualified for because we just used to be told just brawls in people.
I think it depends where you went. Some tournaments was a lot more lenient than others, and then you'd learn which tournaments would let you go at it and then support them tournaments then.
I don't know. For me, it was just like I grew up headshot rules. Everything I did was headshots. I never did anything body shot rules.
Yeah.
Even the Taijutsu Sakai stuff, you couldn't hit front of the face, but you'd hit the sides and all, and be kicking people, spin up kicking, even though my kicks were terrible.
Yeah, I think
Thanks, Carl.
So when we went to the championships, if you like, there's a lot of teams, Tajikistan and people like that. They play the game. Whatever they're doing, one transist well.
It is literally strike and grapple stuff. Like that's the way I see it. I don't see it as MMA. I see it as strike and grapple, where you can leg kick, you can attack a body, but then the rest is grappling. And it's like it's good for body shot rules, but it's literally building hands freestyle in and fucking high chins, and it kills me. And even the grappling sports is like the stuff I picked up from the US, and obviously I'm nowhere near a D1 equivalent wrestler, but I compete with D1 level wrestlers, and I have in my weight division, and I've fought MMA guys and wrestlers who are trying to transition D1 level wrestlers from different unis, and I can compete. I'm happy enough to. I'll put that out there and say that I ain't scared. But there's just so many bad habits the juniors take out. We're shooting low.
We're trying to get our juniors out of the habits of coming out and crouch down and wherever. We want them to transist well, because I mean they're 16 before you know it. They grow up quick.
So how old do you think they should be before they go pro?
Pro?
Yeah,
depends how many. I mean, I can name 18-year-olds in the gym that probably could go pro now. Whether it be right or not. Yeah. I don't know. It depends on the individual.
I know obviously individual, but what do you think is a general? Like I always said this, I don't think anyone under 21 should
I think the way MMA is now, I think 10 amateur fights.
Yeah.
Personally.
I just think...
And not all cans.
20, that's a big thing. And
that you shouldn't fight any cans.
Because I am big on getting our fighters to fight cans. I say this, Giff is a harsh matchmaker, and I just want to get our boys to batter people for the first couple of amateur fights.
Yeah, I see both sides of the coin.
Because the hard fights always come. As you know, I love a war. I would never have taken can fights, but I had to learn on the job, and I learned quite hard, and I broke my hand 4 fights in, and we had to adapt, and that's one of the reasons I really started using elbows a lot more, and it changed my game, taught me I needed to wrestle more and change my wrestling style, make it more efficient, and that led on to sort of building a different striking style. My hand sort of got repaired itself, and we built back up, and then I learned I couldn't keep people down. So it's adapting and improving every time. So talk about the IMAFs, talk about the location. Where was it?
Yeah, so we was in Alin, I'm probably saying that. Alin, Abu Dhabi. Yeah, so it was a great venue. I mean, they looked after us somewhat. I mean, even picking up in a limo from the airport and whatever else, quality, they really looked after us. I mean, at one stage, I was even holding pads for one of the sheiks in the change rooms, like big crowd around us. And for some reason, he just tapped me and he was like, hold pads for me. I was like, yeah, no problem. I said elbows. He was like, no, just box. So yeah, I'm just holding pads for him and box, which was kind of cool because like no one else done that in the change rooms. And then everyone was around me, and I was like, I'm pretty happy with that. Like
Abu Dhabi's cool. Obviously that was I was out for Fight Island, so it was quite a selective
Hot.
experience. It was hot, but I think when we went, I think it started to cool down. I think it was like 20s to 30s. It was nothing too
I
bad.
think I'm in a peak of summer now when I went.
But we weren't allowed to sort of leave the hotel. So we were just in the hotel by the pool, different things, and the mistakes were made. Too much running, too much this, too much that. But
Live and learn.
experience, yeah. And like I always push on this, is like the younger fighters coming through, I'll help as much as I can if they want to listen. Some of the pros coming through, if they want to listen, like they're starting to sort of spread their own rings now. Their wings. Yaya and Ellis, they're all doing their own thing now, so they don't listen to me as much as I think they should, but they're happy to do their own. And I've always said this, I'm not a coach. I'm just a fighter.
You think you're not a coach, but you
I'm
would
not.
make
I
a
will
great
never
coach. You're
coach.
just
I
very
will never
harsh.
coach.
Yeah,
Ever. I'm not
we'll
wasting
see.
my time on people.
We'll see.
I'm not wasting my time on people who fucking waste time. Like,
Yeah, I know.
Here's a good one. How many people have you coached that had high promise, not the everyday mums and kids who comes in, but had high promise that you put time into that are no longer with us? Not dead, but they may as well be dead.
At least 75%.
At least. How many juniors do you have left out of the junior proteges you've been building?
I've made new ones.
Made new ones. That's the thing. It's just, I can't understand how you put so much effort into people and so much effort into kids and the helicopter parents. You deal with all their shit because there's so much shit. And helicopter parenting is the worst it's ever been. Like, my parents are strict on stuff, but some of the stuff I hear this day and age, and they're on about like forcing their kids here, pushing their kids to do better, because obviously all the best athletes are pushed by the best parents, which is fine, fair enough. But they've got to want it. They've got to want it more than they want to breathe. And when you force a kid to train too much, or you push them to train too much, all that happens is they just participate. Then they take nothing in. They just autopilot and everything. Yeah. And I see it in juniors coming through. I see it in kids who are 11. I see it in kids up to like 16. I see it in juniors. They turn up and they just don't do the session. Yeah. They don't. No. They do the minimum. They cruise, and it kills me.
Yeah.
So what do you think about Abu Dhabi when it comes to the fighting Haitian stuff?
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, when it comes to the boxing, it comes to the MMA.
I think what they're doing is great, and Saudi and stuff. I mean, anything that's bringing eyes and money into the sports, I think, is good.
Saudi, apparently, alcohol's legal, which is a mad one. It's completely legal, because Lyndon, when they went out there for the boxing, and Sean, they said alcohol was illegal out there.
There was only certain hotels in Abu Dhabi that sold alcohol as well. Yeah. Very expensive as well.
Well, obviously with Tain and all, it is a crime to be drunk in public, so you get locked up for that. Yeah. But mad little place. Like I like what the Sikhs are doing. The amount of money they're pumping into it, and the way they're trying to build boxing, because boxing is such a trouble sport. Like trying to be a pro boxer coming through. Like I know a few in the circuit, Lockett's and Joe's and all the different ones, and it's just trying to come out of Wales and be a boxer is just you're set failure from the start. Like only the top 5% are going to make it, and it's not just about how your boxing ability. It's socials. Like I'm getting
bigger
pushed
picture,
by Dr. Sean, my nutritionist at the moment, because I'm not doing enough social media stuff, 3 posts a week, and this is starting to back off. The Dragon Night's the big thing, but the Day in Life series is running your Instagram, getting those up. So like I have time in the day. I have more enough time in the day, and just filming stuff in sessions, filming a little clip.
Like you said, it got to be done, hasn't it?
It's just hard, and it's so hard. And trying to keep it over the thing. Like I'm hoping after this next fight to get a guy on board who's going to help with running my day-to-day socials and take over that, and then me and Sean can concentrate on the YouTube and some of the other stuff, and they can help with my TikTok and build it up, because I know like there's fighters out of like MMA Academy. Big shout out to MMA Academy, Graham's boys. Like I've trained there loads of times. Incredible.
Yeah, some of them are really good on their socials.
Yeah, they're so good, and they're earning so much money. And it's just lovely to see, and it's nice to see the bends they get off it, and they're building themselves up, because it's so hard to be a pro athlete. Because the problem people can fall into, and it is a single, is they think they just do more and more privates, and they build this up, and it's all of a sudden you just take your foot off the gas yourself, and it's like it's easy to stall out. You have to challenge yourself. You have to pick the ball up and move it on. And like I've dropped literally small fortunes into like the amount of money I spend in TAM, going out there and doing camps and everything. It's like I think altogether I spent about 20 grand.
Yeah.
You invested
20 grand into yourself.
Well, I'll make it back after these next 2 wins, but it's hard old life. So we was laughing, joking about earlier, a bit of a change of direction. But what did you do work-wise before you become a full-time coach? Basically, you are now.
you don't my full work history. You just want the last couple of jobs.
No, give me the first one. What was your first job? Come on, what was your first job? Because I can even answer that. My first job, I laboured for my old man's company, and literally I was going to get a trade. I wanted to do the heavy machinery.
Yeah, diggers and stuff.
Diggers and stuff. I was like, oh well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Get your tickets and
get your tickets in. You're good.
So I left school. I started an apprenticeship. I lasted for 2 days in my apprenticeship.
Why?
It was supposed to be a carpentry apprenticeship, and he had me painting radiators and stuff. And I was like, Dad, I don't like it. At the time, my mum was a manager in a suitcase factory.
Right.
So she said, "Oh, I'll get you a job," which was great money at the time because I was on like peanuts for the apprenticeship. Went up there, it was on pretty good money. I had it sweet because my mum was the manager, so I could pick my job up there. I had all the best jobs. A lot of the boys up there hated me because like I could get away with murder. I'd go break.
Why wouldn't they?
Well, yeah, I had one boy try and fly over the desk at me once.
Did he?
Yeah.
You piece him up?
No, I didn't. I was a bit of a baby. Like, so I'm still a bit of a
Didn't
baby.
you shoot fight when you was younger
I'm
then?
not. I did have a couple, yeah, but no, not really me. Like, you know, I joke about that. My kids, I got 2 daughters, and
mate, the amount of fighters I know.
My one daughter's like me. She don't want the trouble, and then my other daughter,
Chelsea wants all the smoke,
like her mom. Yeah,
like her mom.
Yeah, literally.
Wild. I grew up scrapping. Look, like even when we was younger, my brothers would all scrap. We would be scrapping in the house all the time, and we would literally just brawl.
Don't get me wrong. I mean, I loved competing. Just not massive for confrontation on the street. I mean, obviously.
Well, I was the same as you. So I was always tiny little blonde boy, all the way up until I was probably 19, 20. I was tiny. My ID, we still laugh about it because I literally looked like a little kid on it.
Yeah.
But my missus finds it so disgusting. She says, "You are the ugliest little child." She was like, literally, she's like, if we
I went the other way. I was like a good looking child, and then
I know, but no women want a good looking child. Do you know what I mean?
No, true.
So I was out, I was chopsy, and I never used to really drink much because I was away competing, and like I was in the judo team at the time, so we was going away, we was traveling, competing up until I was like 18, so we was fighting all the time, and I remember the amount of times I've literally, one time, there's a good one for you. So I drove back from, no, I can't allow it. I come back from a training, I come back from a competition abroad. We pulled into Spire Gardens at like 8 o'clock. I jumped in the shower, got changed, put my suitcase in my car, grabbed a change of clothes, shower and got changed in there and left. Drove straight to Newport I think I got there about 10 o'clock, met the boys. We went out and just literally the boys scrapped from start to finish. Ended up going to a house party where they absolutely destroyed the girls' house. And other things that I can't talk about, and then we left. But it was just some of the that was average for us. Like I remember one of the times my cousin was like, "Come on, we'll go to Newport." I said, "Look, we're not going to Newport."
So was Newport. Always end up fighting.
When I was younger, we'd always go to Newport. That was our sort of. We'd always just go from I was like 17 till the time I was about 23. None of us really liked Cardiff because Cardiff was for you had to throw more money around. Swansea, you go down there and you end up getting into a war with someone. So. We just literally, we had our little corner in Newport we liked. We go from Lloyd's and then we went 6 feet under, not 6 feet under, sorry, Lloyd's to Courtyard, Blind Tiger and the other one, and we'd be all around there.
Zanzibar back in my day was a bit long. Actually fought in Zanzibar as well years ago.
Did you?
Yeah.
Proper fight, not street fight.
Yeah, we both, as Taekwondo fighters, fought Thai fighters and got beat up again, yeah.
Got beat up again. Well, this
I should have knew then, shouldn't I?
Should have known. Well, me and my cousin drove down. When I say we drove down, I drove down and I actually said to him, I'm not going because all the boys we usually put with, it was the Bland boys, Gan boys, Tallawain boys, Giraffin boys, Pontypool boys, we all look after each other. And I literally knew there was loads on the way. They were away in Magaluf and different places. And they were all on holiday. So I was like, it's literally... There's going to be us. Like, none of my friends are out. None of the boys we all look after each other. There was about 50 of us. We all look after each other. And it was literally going to be hardly anyone out. She's like, no, it'll be fine. None of my friends, like, come on, we'll go down. I'm meeting some girl. It'll be fine. Happy days. He's a liar, my cousin. He never tells me the full truth. So my cousin is like a better looking version, bigger version than me. And he literally used to swim in birds. Terrible for it. Like, honestly, you'd be a new girl every week. So we got down, walked into the Courtyard, paid to get in. I parked the car in Lloyd's car park. We went upstairs. And as you walked upstairs in Courtyard, you walk to the right, you go up the stairs, upstairs, and then you come out in the upstairs bar in Courtyard. And we'd always grab a look through. And you'd walk out the smoker shelters, and it was all the back was covered with like, with that, like the seat, the the plastic covering sort of ring shelters. We walked past the bar, and as we went to walk in the smoker shelter, I was behind him, and some boy literally just stepped across, just punched him straight inside the face. So I literally thought, oh my God, he's dead. So straight away, I just seen him, he just got hit from the back, hit him right in the back of the jaw when he's thing, straight from the side. The boy swung. The boy was a massive boy as well. And I was only, at the time, I was 66 keys, and this boy was 23 stone. So I literally just hit him as hard as I can, pushed him, backed him up. He stumbled back, hit his leg, obviously because he didn't expect me to hit him from the side after he hit my cousin from the side. Running backwards till his knees hit the seat. Pushed him into the chair, tie clinched him, and just kneed the brakes off him.
Before you learned how to tie clinch.
Split his head. I was about 18, 19 at the time. Split his head, about a 5-inch gash from one of the knees. And all of a sudden, the bouncer grabbed my ankles because I was really small and ripped me sideways. So I had one hand around the back of his neck and a tie clinch. The other hand just trying to elbow him with everything, just hitting him with as much elbow as I can. One of my shoes come off. And I remember also my cousin's head popped up. It was like, Mace, relax. So I was like, let him go, and the bouncers were thing, and I went, whoa, stop, let me grab my shoe. So the bouncer let me grab my shoe, and I said, look, mate, I'll walk out, we're all good. And he sort of did a little thing with it, like, oh, make sure you don't go back. And then we went out. So we left. He circled round. My cousin used to be a good Thai fighter. He had, I think he had like 6 Thai wins back to back. He was finishing people left, right, and centre, and they just kept stepping him up, and they advanced him too quick, and he fought some guy from Thailand who obliterated his shoulder. We went and watched that, and I literally said for the fight, I said, this is too early for him, and he just got hit in the back of his shoulder. That hard, his shoulder actually come out. Yeah, his shoulder's gone. Yeah. The guy was insane. Did a couple of years. I think he'd been out in Thailand for like last year, shredded, covered in scars, educated. It was just like, yeah. But we went back on the front, and that boy came out on his own. So I said, look, I ain't getting involved. I said, yes, that's on you. You want to go, you two go. And them two swung at each other, and it was one of the most embarrassing things I think I've ever seen in my life. I think this is the eye-opener for me, because my cousin was always hard. When I was younger, I was tiny, he stuck up for me a few times. I always remember he had a reputation. He could always hit. My brothers were the same. They could always hit hard, and they were always keen for a scrap, and they're quite tough. And I remember watching these two boys swing on each other and thought, oh my God, this is embarrassing.
It's at that moment.
It was that bad. They were just wingmilling at different things. I remember like the guy sort of like, they didn't land one hit on each other. Not one hit. They wingmilling that hard. They both sit in the side. Not one of them hit one hit on each other. I mean, one shot landed. That the guy threw his hand back and hit some boy's missus who sat in the back who was pissed. So they're sort of like scrapping, like not wrestling, but literally just wingmilling each other. This guy got up and starts chasing after my cousin, trying to start while we're sort of like backing off. So I'm literally like chasing behind this guy who was trying to hit my cousin. In the end, I foot swept him, caught him midair, dipped into the floor, put my knee on his chest and said, look, mate, fuck off. And he got back up and went to go again. And then they started arguing and the police turned up and went to lock my cousin up. So I was like, look, we'll go home. I'm sorry. So we drove back, went back, changed clothes because we were covered in blood. Turned around, drove back to the courtyard again, did a loop back. He taught me to go back. And turned out the girl he was meeting down there was the boy's ex-missus they'd recently split up with about a week or two. And that's why he hit him. So my cousin
always comes back to girls now.
Literally, we stayed for a couple of hours, drove home about 3 o'clock in the morning, and it was me, my cousin, this girl that he was taking home, and her friend, and her friend was disgusted because she liked her ex-boyfriend so much, going on about how he was sly and they shouldn't have been scrapping and different things. And my cousin was laughing because she kept making comments about how my cousin split this guy's eye, and he kept laughing and laughing and laughing. And she said, I don't understand what's so funny. And he said, I didn't split his eye. He said, he did. And she looked at me and she went, you? She said, you were tiny. And I was just laughing on the way home. But yeah, like growing up, we fought loads. Like it's not something I'd recommend now, and it's something I look back on, and it was just a different
Can't get
experience.
away with it now like you used to, can it?
Not so much get away with it, but it's just like I don't regret any of the fights we had, and my missus hates this now because she says like that's not what the message you should put out to people. But I said like I was never like there was only 1 or 2 fights I had when I was ever sort of intoxicated or drunk, and even then like still like afterwards when you sort of blurry put together and you have conversation with the boys you end up fighting with or people around it, and I wasn't in the right, but I was never in the wrong. I never really started fights. I just always look after the boys, and the amount of times like a few of the boys got jumped on and piled into when we would sort of deal with it and set it out, or I would end up trying to drag one of the boys out and end up in the mix of it, and yeah, it was a learning experience. But I think
the last incident for me, funny story, quick one, we went on a couples night out to Cardiff, all from the gym. So I think it was like 7 couples. all the boys and their
Lindsay.
wives. Yeah, and Lindsay and Paul.
So tell them about Lindsay first, and then we'll.
So like Lindsay trains here. She's
she ranked in the world.
She was
she?
UK number one for a long time. She's won world title belts. Didn't start training until she was 30.
Yeah, she's a beast.
And she was like world champion time. She was 35.
Scary lady.
She was still training 8 months pregnant.
Yeah,
but anyway, because we was in Cardiff and we went from one pub to another and we went in walkabout. And me and my missus was first in walkabout and the other couple was just dragging behind. So we're going in walkabout. So I goes to the bar, buy 2 pints. I remember I had a long sleeve shirt on. And I turned around from the bar and my arm caught some boy's arm on accident and a bit of beer went over my shirt and a bit of beer went over his shirt. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, but I was like, didn't see what they just turned around, was busy in there. And I put my hand out, put the pint down, put my hand out to shake his hand and he just hit my hand away like, as if he wanted something. It was 3 of them, it was me and my missus. Well, anyway, I'm no one for confrontation, really. My missus was like...
And also, no disrespect, you look like a soft mark.
Probably,
you do. You look soft.
Yeah, that's all right.
Not tall, quite lean.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Handsome.
Yeah. Well, anyway, he hit my hand out the way and like, not a bit of argy-bargy, but you could tell he was being a dick. So I went and sat down then with my missus and like the guys all come in and sort of like caught a glimpse of it or whatever, or they knew something was going on. So one of the lads come in and he was like, what went on then? And I was like, oh, the boy's just being a dick. I was like, it's all right, don't worry about it. Well, one of the boys, they'd half cut and he just points him, calls him over like so they come over, these 3 boys, Rolexes on. You tell they was about
thought they were it, like
before they was it, yeah. And then before I could say anything, like before anyone had a chance to scrap, right, bearing in mind there's like 6 boys that are all fighters, like Muay Thai fighters, like, and like Lindsay, she just jabs a boy twice, jabbed him from southpaw or something, she said. Yeah, so she must have hit him with her right hand from southpaw, like, her front hand, jabbed him twice, blew his nose. And his friends was just like, well, and him, they was just like, what the hell? The girl flew into us, like, of all things. Well, the bouncers come straight over. Initially, they thought it was my missus. They thought my missus done it. But if it was Nick, she probably just would have gone for the eyes. Like, Lindsay just put a straight double jab into him, blew his nose. But then the bouncers like, yeah, you're going to have to leave, blah, 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 went and left. The next day then, one of the boys dropped into my inbox. His family owns quite a well-known car sale, so they was worth a few quid. Apparently they got a helicopter and whatever else. But he dropped into my inbox apologising anyway. He must have found out. He probably thought, how could that girl hit so hard? Like, do you know what I mean? And he dropped into my inbox apologising and whatever. So it was all right, it's gone. But yeah, that was my last bit of confrontation, really. So that was a funny story.
A good one, because I am not involved in this, so I can actually talk about it. I won't give any names because I know the boys don't want him wouldn't know about it. But I was really young. I think I was about 14, 15. And at the time, they had the Welsh judo team, so there was a few of the boys down there. Obviously, I grew up with all of them, but they were all in their early 20s, mid-20s. And I think at the time, because, I think like Abs and all was about 10 years older than me. So they were like mid-20s. I was like 15, 16. Juniors training with the seniors. They all gone out, and it was one of the young lads who does jiu-jitsu, who lives in Germany at the moment, very big on steroids, obviously don't say his name, but good friend of mine was out. It was the first time he'd gone on a night out with all the boys from the judo team, so they hadn't known him long. So he come out, and he's a character. So this is a story I heard secondhand, but bear with me. So he said they go out and all the boys good looking, the judo boys are all always like good shape, a lot of them quite tall, quite olive skinned, never had a problem with girls, like they're confident boys. And he said this boy who just joined the team was literally, the first club he was out was like Michael Jackson dancing, like doing the splits, grinding on birds, and literally was just like the girls were loving it, but he was just literally just everywhere like a bottle of pop. And apparently he was like Michael Jackson dancing and then grinding on some girl, and she was laughing, and someone took offense to it. It was like this girl's ex-boyfriend or someone who liked her and they didn't like it, so they come across, because obviously as you do, uni boys out there, and like they said, boys at the time like 25, 26. Some of them were older, like 28, but they were all early 20s, young, below 30s, and tried starting trouble. So the boys sort of like let it go, did that, and then the boys started getting a bit argy-pargy, so the boys literally just threw these boys everywhere, threw them like wet stones around, and they ended up getting...
matters everywhere.
Well, they ended up getting... they had a bit of a scrap and just threw them around. They got obviously asked to leave, so they left. So then they're outside, they're walking up the road, these boys come running after them for another go, and this is the way I got told. One of the boys who's tall, olive-skinned, very, very tall, trains here sometimes, had one of the boys in a sort of tie clinch, just hitting him with knees and knocked him out and was just kneeing him. The boy who was doing all the splits and the grinding and the everything had some boy around his head, like they said it was like a pit bull, where every time he turned, the boy's feet was leaving the floor because he was wagging around just hitting him. One of the other boys was literally just piecing someone up, and the one boy who told me the story literally said they'd had a bit of an exchange, so he clinched up with the guy and he suplexed him and threw him on his head. So they didn't think anything of it. They just left it and they sort of fled. The boys were out cold and left it. The boy got suplexed, broke part of his neck. One of the girls who was in uni at the time said one of the boys told a story about how they'd gone chasing after some boys and the boys had given him a pasting after they were causing trouble and thing. And one of the boys ended up having to go to hospital and he broke his neck because they suplexed him on his head. Different time.
Yeah.
It's not to encourage fighting or not to sort of glorize it because it happens, but
obviously
it's different.
I've got a gym full of teenagers and like
it's
I'm
different.
Like, boys,
please. Well, you've sorted a few times. Like I know you said a few of the boys have had a bit of falling out inside.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it happens. I mean, sometimes for the right reasons and sometimes for the wrong reasons. But obviously, I preach. I got a lot of youngsters who not just look up to me. I mean, I've got at least 10 people who tell me they love me daily. Do you know what I mean? So I've got a lot of time to try and like not be a second dad, but be an adult.
Type of coach who has kids telling they love you. Are you Giff?
No, you know there's two type of coaches, mate. And I'm the type of coach who care about them in the right
kids
way. Okay.
Kids, not kidding,
yeah. Well, anyway, like I try and like be a voice of reason with them. Now it's sort of like there's like a hierarchy between them all. I mean, as it is in every sort of gang, but whoever's top, they've always got a good relationship with me because they tell me everything and what I need to know and when I need to know it. So I've got a lot of trust between like the juniors because I won't name them, but there's certain people who I can trust that will tell me the truth about anything. So if something has
happened
on the street or whatever, I know or in
the schoolyard,
I'll get the right account of it because I know these people actually would not lie to me.
Snitches.
They might be a snitch, but they know that I'm not going to fly off the handle, you know what I mean? So yeah, I try to teach them do the right thing at the right time.
So that's a good change of topic, Phil. Heroes. Who did you look up to when you was younger? Because for me, I've always said this, I never had heroes when I was younger. Like I never envied people. I'm a bit of a psychopath when it comes to stuff like that. Like my hero when I was a kid when they used to ask was Sir Francis Drake because Queen's Privateer, steal all the Spanish gold. That was what I looked up to when I was a kid. So weird
don't
little
do
kid.
Heroes, you do targets, don't you?
Don't do heroes, do targets. But what about you, Stephen, when you was younger?
Not so much heroes either. I mean, a lot of people I look up to. My first real martial arts instructor, Gary Gasser. Big shout out, Gary Gasser, still in the game today. So much respect for him.
I've never met Gary, look.
Yeah, he's so good.
Do you know in the game a long time?
Such a nice man. I mean,
Gary.
when I was training then, my parents didn't have a great deal amount of money and obviously you got to have the new kit all the time and whatever else. And Gary would always like go out of his way to get us kit. I mean, he even took my sister to Spain with him one time and stuff and with his daughters and whatever else. But it was like, I got a lot of time for him, even though, so even when we left his club, he was still like the same person with me. There was no animosity. We left because we come to one a bit closer and he was still the same person with me. Yeah. He held no grudges. And what he learned me, and traditional martial arts learns you a lot of respect. It learns you a lot of stuff you don't need to learn as such as far as the end goal goes. But at the same time, like it learned me a lot of respect. And that's one man who, not a hero, but like who I respect massively. And all my instructors, I mean, I haven't got one instructor that I don't have respect for or who I still don't keep in touch with. I'm still on a good term basis with anyone who've ever taught me anything because, they taught me at the end of the day. When
I was younger, like obviously Duffy come from the same church as us. And like we used to look up to him like he was...
Yeah, well, that's a funny story. If you talk to Joe, if you talk to Duffy, he might watch this, but when I've had chats to him, he'll say, I used to look up to you and your brother, because obviously me and my brother was sort of pretty decent level when Joe started, you know, and then that was obviously he surpassed us in due course. But at the time, like my brother was beating everyone, but no word of a lie. He was such a natural kicker.
Yeah.
Then he, like Joe would say, I looked up to people like you and DJ. Do you know what I mean? So that was good.
That's cool.
Nice to
hear.
Because
like when I come through, like obviously I grew up with Joe as a teen. Do you know what I mean? So like he was starting to hit his flux when I was sort of coming through.
How old is Joe? He's same age as you, a little bit older.
He's a lot older than me.
A lot older.
Yeah, he's
mid-30s then, is he?
No, he's a lot older than me.
Is he,
yeah, I think he was.
Well, yeah, and he must be.
When I was about 12.
He must be 40
when
then,
I was 12,
I
think he was about 17.
Yeah.
12, 17 or 18. I think he's about 6 or 8 years older than me.
Yeah, I'm 45 now, and obviously we was in the same gym for a certain amount of time, so yeah.
I'll have to Google this after because if I get his name wrong. Joe, if you watch this and I've butchered in your age, I do apologise. I just know like I was a junior when he was coming through. So like he was starting to say, I'm sure when he was about 18 or when he's older now, he's in his early 20s. I was still about 13, 14, I think. I think he is quite a bit older than me. I think he's closer to 8 or 10 years older than me.
Yeah.
But like Joe, like I know me and Jack talk about this a lot, and I know Jack always sort of the same. Like I wouldn't say look up to him because, like I said, I never did that.
No, it was just someone
me,
that, you know,
he was just like he was such a chilled out guy, and like when I used to tell him about the fighting and stuff outside, he would always be like, "Mate, come on, that's not the way." Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like
very good head on his shoulders, like.
And like now, I think I just got better at talking about things. So like, I love a bit of road rage. My missus said to talk about it, but I love a bit of road rage. I have people call me wankers all the time. I love it. It just gives me a little bit of a push. But
yeah, but you drive perfect like that. I don't get how you get.
I was undercutting people on the motorway earlier because they were parked in the middle lane.
You was probably doing nothing wrong, was you?
I was undercutting them left, right, and centre. If they park in the middle lane and they will not move in the middle lane, I make a point out of when I go behind them, if they don't move in, even if the right lane's clear, I'll pull back into the gap they're in and I'll undercut them. And
we've done that seminar in North Wales, all the country lanes, and you were not concentrating on the road whatsoever.
Whoa, it didn't crash though.
You didn't know, but I was tempted to take over driving.
Drove in Italy as well, didn't you? When I hired the car.
God, that's another story. You should tell that one. So yeah, arrived in Italy for Cage Warriors.
Right, so I fought in Italy and it was my first fight back.
Robinho, was it?
Yeah, my first fight back.
Your first fight back?
Yeah, it was. Robinho was. Italy was the first one. Italy, Dublin, San Diego, Manchester.
So 5 of us arrived in the airport, yeah?
Yeah.
It was actually...
Right, I was already there with... Who flew out with me? Linda.
Was it with Mad?
No, Mad flew out with you lot, she would have. Yeah, Mad flew out with you lot.
Did she?
Yeah. So what happened is I landed and I'd hired a car. And I hired a car for the intentions that I knew it was going to be a nightmare to get around there. So I had, through my gold policy, meant that I could have an extra driver. So I met him at the airport when they got there. I was in the hotel. I'm sure I was in the hotel with Lind. Because Greg came out to Rome. It was me and Lind in the hotel.
You had like a house?
No, I didn't. You lot had a house. I was in the hotel.
Right, okay.
Was that Craig or Lynn? I think it was Craig.
Okay.
Who was in the hotel?
Well, anyway, 5 of us arrived in...
Greg, you.
Rome.
Greg, you. Mads.
Sean.
And who was the other one?
Pass.
Well, anyway. So I met him at the airport, picked this car up, and...
Electric car.
And was like, look, Giff, here we go, jump in there. So I literally been cutting weight.
No, mate, you literally chucked me the keys and went, go on, taxi boy. You driving. So it's like, okay. I hadn't seen the car this time. I'd never drove an electric car before.
Dropped me back off the hotel.
There was...
And then when you went checked in the house.
There was too many of us to fit in the car.
That was after the weight cut. That was later.
No, it wasn't.
It was when because I had just cut it. No, because I just made weight. It was. I tell you. So then they dropped me back off the hotel and checked in because it was fine.
Because Greg was in the boot.
No, not the first time because Craig was one of the boys was in the hotel. So then Linda was in the hotel. I'm sure someone was in the hotel. So basically, after we made weight, we were going out to get some food for the meal in the night, and there was too many of us in the car. So I had just made weight, and Greg was in the front seat. Giff was driving, and there was 3 people in the back. So it was Sean, Mad, and Lyndon in the back because the car was overloaded.
I did a stint or 2 in a boot as well.
Yeah. So I literally said, don't worry about it. You drive. I'll just get in a boot. So I got in a boot, sweating out. I literally just made weight. No aircon. Roasting. got out the car and I reckon I must have lost about another kilo of weight I put back on from the weight cut. And they were like, you shouldn't have done that. And
I remember we pulled
in.
in Rome the day after the fight, like in Rome town centre now, and we're looking for an electric charger. Well, I'm in the boot, I get out the boot, and the first thing he sees a copper, like I'm thinking, oh, great, he's going to have me now. But as it is, nothing happened. Like it was
I loved that trip, though. It was lovely.
Yeah,
I loved Rome. Rome was lovely.
Yeah, we had a laugh walking around here, didn't we?
Yeah, you've travelled a lot. Let's talk about that, because I love travelling. Like my judo career when I was younger, we didn't, like me and Mad talk about this because she did the taekwondo and travelled extensively, and I've been everywhere. We've gone. I think I tried counting. I think it's like 19 countries in Europe I've been to.
Yeah, I mean, I'm traveling a lot more now due to fighters like yourself and all the other boys coming through and the national tournaments and whatever else.
But we never really got to see a lot. Like I fought in Spain twice with the judo. I fought in France. I fought in Belgium. I fought in Netherlands. We fought everywhere. And we hardly seen anything. Like all we do is literally hotel. None of us know how to diet, so we just make weight. Eat
my
chocolate.
missus would think I go on holidays all the time. I said, be wrapping the boys in towels all weekend, you know what
rubbing
I mean?
sweet sweat in my ass. Don't do that anymore.
Exactly.
But I used to rub loads of cream in my ass. Just gelling my.
You got a nice ass, like, but you know.
Nice ass. But anyway, let's talk about traveling, because like you've got to Thailand a lot. I'm determined to go to Thailand this year. The last 3 years I've said the same thing, but financially I'm being viable. So this year I'm determined. I'm going to get a fight. I'm going to get this win solid. Look for one more at the end of the year, and then look for Thailand after that. And saying I want to do at least 2 months out there. 8 weeks. My missus should be able
I know you, and I know the lifestyle out there, and it's suit you to a T, because you love the sun, you know, train 2-3 times a day and sit on the beach for 5, read your Kindle, do your running, living a dream.
My running. I
love your fruit shakes, living.
Hydration.
Gluten-free.
Dr. Sean will be out there. Thai. Love Thai food.
Love it.
But so tell us about something all days ago, because Steve's taxis, obviously we say that because
Giffy's taxis. We went off the work bit, didn't we? Yeah, so I drove taxis for 20 years on and off. My granddad owned a taxi firm. When I got laid off from the factory, going back a few frames now, my granddad was like, right, Steve, you can jump in a taxi. So I think I was the youngest taxi driver ever. You mostly get in a taxi and you think you're going to see, you know, an overweight man with a fag in his mouth forever. And I was a young 21-year-old lad driving a taxi around that lady. Like, but it was good, you know, I enjoyed it. I meet lots of people, get to talk loads of people. So
met loads of young women?
Nah, not a taxi.
How old were you when you were with Nick?
I met Nick when I was, 22. 22.
That's who you met Nick.
No.
Pick up the taxi.
No, I made everyone pay cash.
Drive.
Everyone cash. No.
Oh, you don't have no money to pay today.
Yeah, so went from driving a taxi to delivering furniture. Went from delivering furniture back to driving a taxi, and then full-time coach.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
crazy life.
But so my girl. Obviously, I got 2 girls when they was young.
Chelsea and Brooke, big shout out.
Chelsea and Brooke, when they was young. Hang on,
before we do this, who do you think's going to get married first then, Brooke or Chelsea?
I don't know, it's both going to cost me whatever it is.
Who's going to marry first? Go pick one, flip a coin. I think it'd be
Chelsea.
Brooke. Do you reckon? I think it'd be Brooke.
Chelsea. Yeah, she's loved that.
She's loved that. He's a lovely boy, Jordan's lovely. Right, go on, tell the girls about travelling.
Yeah, so when my missus's mum moved to Kentucky when my missus-in-law had Chelsea. So we was lucky enough to
go out there.
Go to Kentucky a few times.
Love Kentucky.
First time I got to Kentucky, my girls was young. I think Brooke was 18 months. Chelsea was about 5. And obviously you're in America, Disney World and it. So I jumped in a car. I don't even know if I was insured on it. I jumped in my mother-in-law's spare car.
You don't care.
I drove 900 miles from Kentucky,
Florida,
down to Orlando. Like I remember I got to Florida and I was like, I'm nearly there. I stopped in a service station in Florida.
Florida's massive.
And they was like, another 4 hours. I was like, oh my God, like 2 kids in a car. Well, anyway, I drove to Florida.
Is that the longest drive you've done then?
Yeah, 900 miles, yeah. 16 and a half hours.
I think when I said to you, I thought I drove longer than that. When I worked out, it was 640 miles.
Yeah, it was a track. Like I think 800 odd of the miles was on the same highway. Yeah, so quite easy but long. So yeah, I took my daughters to Disney World when they was kids, and then, I mean, you know yourself.
I love it. Well, I've been there 10 times.
Orlando.
Tried to talk my missus about it, and I literally said...
It's addictive, like.
I said, honestly, when you go, you never understand how good it is. And it's not one of those trips where you relax. You literally have something to do every day.
So, I mean, it's not cheap, but like, my girls will remember them holidays forever. So we go Orlando one year, and then we'll say, oh, we'll have a cheapie the next year to the Canadian Islands or whatever. We go to the Canadian Islands the year after, we'd be like, yeah, in Orlando, is it? And we'd be like, let's book Orlando again. So my girls have been 5 or 6 times. They're lucky, you know what I mean? And my missus nags me now, can we book Florida? I'm like, Nick, Our kids are grown up. Wait till we have grandkids. Yeah, look, just me and you can go. I'm like,
I'm determined though, and I said this. So last year was it last year or the year before? One of the years. I was out in San Diego for training camp because they asked me. It was when I went to try Thingy's gym. What's his name? What's his name?
I forget his name now. You want to go in trouble?
Yeah, what's his name?
Oh, I forget his.
Come back to that.
Yeah.
I tried a gym in Missouri. Had a world-renowned coach, James Krause, best coach I think I've ever worked with. No disrespect, but just someone who could look at your game within 2 seconds and he gave me like 3 points to build up on. And the things I still work on at the minute, I'm still blew my head. The gym was back of the balls compared to that. Like the boys were lovely there, but it was just a bit half done. When he was there, it was perfect. But he was only in the mornings and in the afternoons and all. It was just free for all.
Yeah.
So it's one of the camps where if I took all my coaching team out, my training partners,
Be perfect.
I did the MMA gym in the morning, and then we had a gym for ourselves and
Yeah.
stuff at night. It would be perfect. But
I mean, that's the goal for Thailand, really, isn't it? Something like that.
James disappeared now with all the betting things, but still one of the best coaches I've worked with. And I really like James. I got from the house on fire.
That's the thing. I like obviously come to the UFC with him and like didn't really get starstruck by all the fighters, but you know, seeing them coaches that like I look at, like
Coach Kirian,
jump in a lift and Trevor Whitman's and Ernie, you know what I mean? That's like
Felder.
my goal. Like,
Mike
do you know what I mean? I want to be as good as them or better. Like, do you know what I mean? I'd say I was an average fighter. I want to be a great coach, do you know what I mean? And continue to learn constantly.
You are a good
still
coach,
young,
isn't it?
still young as a coach, really. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
time.
yeah, so I got plenty of time to reach
one fight in the UFC already, more to come.
More to come, yeah, definitely.
But I thought I was going to say we got to think. Oh yeah, so when we left, we went from Missouri. We were supposed to be there for a week or two, and I rang my manager and I was like, "Mate, this isn't this."
Did you go to Orlando?
No, I went to San Diego. Look, so there's the Universal Studios.
Yeah,
one.
of course it is.
So we went Halloween at Universal Studios.
Horror Nights.
Not Disney. Horror Nights.
Yeah,
best experience of my life.
Brilliant. I did Horror Nights in Orlando. It's brilliant.
My missus was she had panic attacks. We had to leave. We got there. So we set out early because we was in San Diego and it was like a 3.5 hour drive or 4 hour drive, wherever it was. So we drove, stopped halfway, we went around the shop and arcade, keep her happy. And we had tickets to get in from
it's the evening,
2 o'clock. Yeah, but we were getting early access 2 o'clock. Okay. So we didn't get there until like 3 or 4. The park closed at 6, I think. So by the time we got in, we only had 2 hours, which had a lot. So we went on Harry Potter, a few other ones. And I thought all that happened in the nights was they closed for other people. They'd have the rides on normally, and they'd have a few people running around in costumes and all. What was I wrong? Probably one of the
scariest show on earth.
It was insane. It was so good.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
People jumping out left, right, and centre.
Oh, chainsaws. Well, we paid like $100 odd each for fast passes. We bought the best tickets.
Should have had fast pass. I would have.
Wow! As soon as we got in there, some guy jumps behind Brooke with a chainsaw and she's screaming, "I want to go home! I want to go home!" I'm like, I told her.
She went right. She was like, "I can't go any." She's like, "I can't do anymore."
If you're into horror and scary,
I was like, "This is fantastic." I was like, "Please," but I'm going to go back. I'm going to.
Yeah, I'd love to do Halloween Horror Nights.
What I might do is I might try and talk my uncle into going out for a few days.
Yeah. Never know. We might end up out there at some point.
Oh, we'll do it.
We got to go then because they run Halloween Horror Nights like for like a month or something, don't they?
In October
Close,
time,
even
November,
barely driving distance.
I'll fly. Yeah. No, we'll get an internal flight. I'll give us 5 hours. I'll get an internal flight.
I mean, like.
We'll go to San Diego, go to the boys.
Yeah, I'd like to go to the other one as well. Like, you know, we love Universal just as much as Disney, to be fair. It's class. We could talk about Orlando and Florida.
Traveling, yeah. Talk about Thailand. Tell me about Thailand, because I've never been.
Obviously.
It's been on my list for a long time.
Thailand's like working all day for me, innit? You know, so obviously I'm going here and...
getting clinched up by the best.
Yeah, getting beat up literally and coming back and trying to bring as much as I can back for the gym and my students, you know, all you guys. I mean, a lot of stuff transits well and yeah, I just love going there. I took my missus 4 years ago or 3 years ago for the first time and I made it all about her. I was like, I'm getting her now to love Thailand.
Addicted to it.
So every time we go on a book on holiday, she's like, let's go Thailand. Suits me. I mean, last time we went, February just gone, I buy her 4 books, leave her on a sunbed. I'm in a gym twice a day. I'm loving life.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? She's a winner. I'm a winner. Because I go on an all-inclusive holiday. I can't sit still.
I don't like all-inclusive. I like it because I like the food.
Do you know like your average, like Spain all day and whatever?
I like nice food now, man. I have become a bit of a foodie.
And it's not nice when you go to an all-inclusive, wherever you go, like Europe-wise, mostly, majority. So like I'm first for volleyball. I'm first for all that sort of stuff. I can't sit still, like, so Thailand is perfect in that respect. And not only that, I mean, it's my sport at the end of the day. I mean, Muay Thai in Thailand is like rugby is in Wales. You know, you can go to, there's gyms in every other street. There's high level coaches, you know. I mean, I was lucky enough to train with a John Watt last time I went.
Yeah, crazy.
And I learned so much, you know what I mean?
I see Owen lives, he's based in Bangkok.
Yeah,
right?
he's a coach. He does the Nogi in Bangtown now. He's a full-time coach there. They really successful gym now, so they can afford to
bring people in.
Bring Farangs in, you know, foreigners
go to
actually
now,
teach
definitely. So I'll see when we're out there.
Obviously, they're English speaking. Then they know their trade. They'll
So
bring
when
a
I
lot
grew
more
up
people.
I didn't grow up in the shooter wave, but I bumped into him a lot when he was in the British team and Bath, and I
He's
trained him
based
for
there full
5
time.
years.
They got a lot of
Not
a
Bath,
good few.
he was in
foreign coaches there.
Camberley, not Bath, but
great gym.
Camberley.
Yeah.
So Thailand. Like I've travelled. Obviously, you know, apart from the competing, I've done Brazil and stuff as well. And Brazil was an experience. Like it's not one I'm not a big Brazilian fan, but just to be able to go to South America was a crazy experience. Do you know what I mean? Like content lot. I still want to do a bit more like the African stuff. I want to do a lot like parts of Asia and Thailand, Bali, and all those. And
I think after you go to Thailand, it's addictive.
Yeah,
it's
well,
addictive.
I want
everyone think it's seedy, you know.
They got a new visa now for tax loopholes as well.
Are they? Everyone say like, where you off? When you go away? Oh, Thailand.
Well, it's a big thing. Someone was like, you have to have 500,000 baht in a savings account.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, it must be a lot of money. I bet that's 100 grand.
No, yeah,
11 grand. You have to have 11 grand in a savings account. That's it.
I think it's 15 grand to retire there, something like that.
Yeah, but you have to fight for this visa. You have to have keep 11 grand minimum in a savings account. That's nothing.
No, it's not, is it?
You could save that in a year.
My mortgage is nearly paid now, and I'm taking the neck on.
Remortgage it, gets popped
buy a place out there, and she's coming around the idea.
Haven't you got to have? You can pay for businesses, but haven't you got to have? You ever got to have someone?
There's ways around it. Yeah, there's ways around it. They say foreigners are not allowed to build there, but there is ways around it. Like, you know.
Yeah. I got a friend out in Sac. Who I'm really close with. I speak to a lot, and she's half Thai. She's Thai citizen. So I think if I ever need to buy, I just buy in partnership with her.
Yeah.
Sign her up, get her to sign a contract in the US, and then too bad.
Yeah, just Thailand's lush. Love Thailand. Love traveling as a whole, and obviously my job now, I get to travel a lot more. Like you said,
Thailand is your hometown now.
It's not all
fight in Paris
all day, but you get to see everything.
Out. We won't be in Paris long, but we've been in Paris. You've been in Paris loads as well, no?
No, I haven't. Never been.
You've never been to Paris. No. I realised you stayed.
Only time I've been to France was drove through it.
Paris ain't bad. It's all right. Yeah. No, Barcelona's probably one of the places, the worst places.
It's mad. I've been like loads of places all over the world, but never been to France. Never been to Scotland either.
What do you mean you've never been to Scotland?
Never been to Scotland. It's crazy, isn't it?
Why?
I don't know. I know. It's funny, and I was thinking about it the other day. I competed in Ireland. Obviously competed all over England, but never been to Scotland.
Not missing much in Scotland. I love the Scottish. I got some good friends at me, but been to Glasgow and some of the other ones is just... It's right. Apparently, though, my parents are massive. There's the drive. I don't know whether it's Ireland or Scotland.
Yeah, my daughter and her ex-boyfriend done the 500.
Yeah, what's it called? It's Ireland or Scotland? It's Ireland, isn't it?
No, it's Scotland.
Scotland. It is Scotland.
Yeah, Scotland.
Yeah, they did the 500 and they reckon that was insane. My parents, they're away all the time, don't they? But they did on the motorbike. So last segment before we sort of give it a call tonight. I work with Tidy Bet, obviously, as you know Matthew, Greg's brother. He's worked us loads. So talk about your mental health, different things. So as far as I know you haven't really suffered too poorly with mental health, but obviously I do know a few people around you, direct relatives suffer with different things and medically.
Yeah, me personally, so I've always like as much as people say you'll never understand unless you suffer from it, I get that. But I think I do understand, even though I don't suffer myself.
You don't understand, but you understand.
I do. I think I understand more than most people because I've got people close to me that do suffer, not just family and friends. I mean, people from the gym, being a coach is not just coming in for your 3 hours a night or whatever. I'm there on the end of the phone from a lot,
Like jiu-jitsu and MMA as well as family. I know people who suffer with alcoholism. I know people who suffer with psychosis and different things who come through.
Same. I got anxiety, loved ones who
so like obviously I see it, but they know not to call me.
Yeah, I get calls all the time.
They will always call you first.
I'll say anytime call. Yeah. You know what I mean? I've got some of my best friends suffer. Some of my long-term students suffer. I get people calling me 10 minutes after training. You know what I mean?
The
I get in the house, I get in the shower, sit down to have my missus, have my food with my missus.
She looks at the phone, she goes, Mason's ringing you again.
No, not Mace. But any of my students, like I'm always there for them, and whether it's through anything, you know what I mean? Coaching is a bigger picture rather than just coming in for 2 hours. And I think that's why I've got a really good bond, because my guys know I'm there for them. Yeah,
and obviously, like you've seen the sort of the effects it directly, same as I have, through different things. And like I wouldn't say I've ever suffered from depression. I've hit
I think we are.
I've definitely
we are lucky, and we, to be fair.
Don't get me wrong. Like after the whole thing with London and my family and everything's like, that was probably the lowest part I've been.
You hit a low,
I did it. Yeah, low. But for me, I think,
you know,
like when I see other people and I spoke to other people about it, it's the whole thing of being lost. Whereas for me, I just literally, I always had this.
Yeah.
And it was like, when I've had family relatives die, or I've had friends die, or I've had something happen, and I literally just, I remember a friend of mine when I was younger died. I'd say a friend of mine, like we'd lived together for years. He was a bit older than me, but we were good friends at shooter team, big Jamie Mac. I loved the guy. I loved the guy to death. I would never say we were best friends. We grew up in the team together, and we were
tight, like
25. 5 days a week. Together. And I went out with him a few times and everything. So he was always older than me, but different things were going well. And I went to see him when he was on his deathbed, brain cancer, and I was fine until I went to see him. I didn't think it bothered me too much, and it fucking destroyed me. It did. Absolutely one of the worst things I've ever seen.
To hold it together then until...
Oh, of course he did. So I got in the car, and I got in the car.
Yeah, I'm good at that as well. So people think
out before I got,
a lot of things don't affect me, like simple things. I mean...
Didn't think it would.
Last 2 international tournaments, believe it or not, like I've been fine for one reason or another. I either go see my missus if she's there, go outside of her, and then I break down, or I phone her straight away, and for some reason, as soon as I get to speak to her, if it's something emotional, I break down again, and she's like, Stephen, why do you do this? And I was, because I love it, and I know my boys love it.
Missouri or no?
No.
Happy in Missouri.
No, I didn't break down that one. I didn't tell her a lot, to be fair. But, the IMAFs just coming back. One of my guys lost who I really fought, who worked so hard, and you know, it just affects me a little bit. They don't know that as such, and the tournament before that, 2 of my boys had to fight each other, and that broke me.
I know you remember about that.
Yeah, but it broke me.
Cold-blooded, I tell you. I literally told you to grow up.
I know, well, that's why I rang you.
Should they shake hands? Should they do this? I said, listen to me now. I said, listen to me. I said, you try and make them shake hands. You try and make them decide on flip a coin. I said, you're going to let those boys down.
I wanted them to play rock, paper, scissors.
You literally, you let those boys look each other in the eye and you fight them in the eyes. I said,
I mean, you look at my whoop, obviously, we know how much sleep we have and stress. You look at my whoop, then 2 days I didn't sleep, like.
I know you were stressed about it, and I said literally, Stephen, I was like, it's fine. Crew, I said, they'll be fine. Let them boys, don't let them boys down, let them know what it is. And he did.
It's done now, isn't it?
And that's the thing. And I think, like, for me, it's like martial arts, you see a lot more because you have people who are escaping from things. You have people who are trying to build confidence in things. You have people who use it as an outlet. You have the people who, like me, who just like, when I was younger, I just literally couldn't express myself. Like I'd be see a therapist now and everything's, and Tidy But actually helped me find a good therapist, and I seen couples counselling. I've been to those, and it was stuff we chose to do, not because it was anything bad, but just because I think it was just helped me personally, and I'd have massively. And
I'd like to think I am a bit of a therapist, to be fair.
Here we go.
A little bit.
We gave you a degree to
years in the taxi, you did all people's problems in the taxis. You know what I mean?
I can't pay my bill.
And then I got it with all fighters now. But I'm there from if any of them are watching or listening, keep ringing me.
Yeah, no.
I've always said this. I've always
said this. Any time of the day. If anyone needs to reach out to me, they can. Like most of the time I do now is I help what I can and I pass them off to Tidy But, and they have a good bounce counsellors they will help. And like I know people going, like I spoke to Matthew heavily about this and different things, and like how much people suffer at the minute trying to contact mine, different things, and it is hard. But look, I won't keep as much longer because this has gone on. Been an easy chat so far. I know we talked a little bit more about fighting than I wanted to, but
it was always going to happen, wasn't it?
Yeah, so we do some quick fire ones, which I like to finish.
Go on.
So obviously you said you've already told me what your first job was. What's the worst job you've ever had?
Worst job. I was working in a plastic factory nights regular, and it was boiling on there and just reeling plastic.
Plastics factory, there we go.
Money was great, but it was a shit job.
Any country you haven't visited you want to visit?
I want to do a safari.
Nice.
Probably South Africa.
Nice.
But my missus don't like flies.
Yeah, just go take some. Oh, go just something put to sleep.
Yeah, but that's what I want to do that I haven't done.
Nice. Any arena that you haven't had a fight in that you would love to have a fight in?
It's coming September 6th.
Paris.
Yeah, because I've never been to Paris and the arena's huge.
Madison Square Gardens for me. Like that's one of the
course.
next ones.
I think that's
Madison
every fighter's
Square,
dream.
Japan. I always want to fight there.
I mean, it used to be like, my goals was like, I've gone up now, but it used to be like York Hall and stuff like that. And I've done that years ago, numerous times. You know what I mean?
Tell us one of your personal goals.
Personal goal to
personal goals
to make as many people better as I can.
Nah, not about coaching. Give me a personal goal. Personal. Not about your gym coaching. Make it something personal. Could be with the girls. Could be family.
Get a place in Thailand.
Get a place in Thailand. There we go. In.
Personal goal,
there. Last one. So if someone's struggling for mental health right now, and they're in a really bad place, and they ask you for advice, what would you say?
I would say, as cliche as it is, think about it again tomorrow. Call me tomorrow again. You know, I know it's cliche. Tomorrow's a new day. I know it's a cliche, but yeah.
Nice. Well, thanks so much. So like I said, this is more of a conversational based one. We're waiting to get confirmation because they keep messing us around, trying to land a big fish for next week, where we'll be back on an interview process, and then me and Stephen will be back for another bout of conversation.
I'm coming back again, am I?
Yeah, we'll have another conversation.
You literally twisted my arm into this.
I know, you love it. We can talk more conspiracies because we haven't done that yet.
Yeah, but you don't want to get kicked off YouTube.
You won't kick me off YouTube for that.
Okay,
so
we'll do it. We'll do a special.
Giff is a big conspiracy
Get some questions in it.
So I'll get some proper things on conspiracies. We have a chat because I said we don't want to be about fighting, and obviously we had to get out of the way and get the fight out of the way because it's a core part of our relationship together. But we'll talk about conspiracies and talk about different bits of sport and go from there.
Okay.
So I'm Mason the Dragon Jones. This is Stephen Gifford, and this is Dragon Nights. Thank you very much.
Bosh.